The lights go out, the room feels quiet. Then you hear a laugh that does not sound human. It is the sound of fear coming back. Goosebumps is not just a childhood story anymore. In 2026, the monsters return darker, smarter, and more dangerous than ever before. These are not simple creatures from old books. These monsters know your fear, and they are ready to use it. Tonight we step into a world where nightmares walk freely, and every shadow hides something watching you. Goosebumps has always been about one simple idea: fear can live anywhere. It can hide in a school hallway, under your bed, or inside a harmless-looking toy. In Goosebumps 3, this idea comes back stronger than ever. The movie takes everything people loved about the old Goosebumps stories and turns it into something bigger, darker, and more intense. This time, the monsters are not just escaping by accident. They are coming back with purpose. The world of Goosebumps 3 feels more serious and more dangerous. The colors are darker. The nights feel longer. The monsters are no longer playful scares, meant only for kids. They move with anger, hunger, and intelligence. Each monster feels alive, like it has its own plan. When they appear, the air feels heavy and fear spreads fast. You do not get time to feel safe. What makes Goosebumps special is how normal everything looks at first. A quiet town, regular houses, empty streets, but slowly things start to feel wrong. Doors open by themselves. Shadows move when no one is there. Laughter echoes without a face. This slow build makes the fear stronger because it feels real. It feels like it could happen anywhere, even where you live. In Goosebumps 3, fear is not just a reaction, fear is a weapon. The monsters feed on it. The more scared people become, the stronger the monsters grow. This makes every scream, every bad choice, and every moment of panic even more dangerous. Running does not always help. Hiding does not always work. The monsters know how humans think. This movie reminds us why Goosebumps stayed in our minds for so long. It understands fear at every age. As kids, we feared the dark. As adults, we fear losing control. Goosebumps 3 connects both. It brings back the old nightmares and gives them new power. And once these monsters are free, there is only one truth left to face. Fear never really disappears. It only waits for the right moment to return. The world of Goosebumps looks normal on the surface, and that is what makes it so scary. In Goosebumps 3, fear does not come from dark castles or faraway places. It comes from streets you walk on every day. Schools, homes, libraries, and small towns become the perfect places for nightmares to grow. Nothing feels safe because everything feels familiar. This world shows us that fear does not need a warning. It arrives quietly. Goosebumps 3 builds a world where reality and nightmares mix together. One moment, life feels calm and ordinary. The next moment, something feels off. A mirror shows a face that is not yours. A book whispers when no one is reading it. A toy moves when no one is watching. These small details slowly break the feeling of safety. Fear does not rush in. It crawls in step by step. What makes this world different from before is how serious the danger feels. The monsters are not just causing chaos for fun. They want control. They want to spread fear everywhere. Streets empty out. Sirens cry in the distance. People lock their doors, but it does not help. The monsters are already inside the world. And they know how it works. They know where people hide. They know what people fear most. The setting of Goosebumps 3 feels darker and heavier. Nighttime lasts longer. Storms feel louder. Silence feels dangerous. Even daylight does not feel safe anymore. Fear follows people everywhere. This creates a constant pressure where no one can relax. Every sound matters. Every shadow feels alive. The world itself becomes part of the horror. This is what Goosebumps does best. It turns simple places into traps. A school becomes a maze. A house becomes a prison. A quiet town becomes a hunting ground. The monsters do not need to destroy the world. They only need to change how it feels. Once fear takes over, the world already belongs to them. In Goosebumps 3, fear is not just something you see on screen. It is something you feel. The world reminds us that monsters do not need to come from far away. Sometimes they are already here, waiting for the lights to go out. There is one monster who stands above all others in the Goosebumps world. A wooden face, a frozen smile, eyes that feel alive even when they do not move. Slappy the Dummy is not just a monster. He is the symbol of fear itself. In Goosebumps 3, Slappy does not return as a joke or a simple villain. He returns as something darker, smarter, and far more dangerous. Slappy looks the same on the outside, but everything about him feels wrong. His smile feels sharper, his voice feels colder. When he speaks, it sounds calm, but every word carries a threat. He does not need to scream or chase. Slappy controls fear with his mind. He manipulates people, tricks them, and turns them against each other. That is what makes him truly terrifying. In Goosebumps 3, Slappy is no longer acting alone. He understands the power of other monsters. He knows how to wake them up, guide them, and use them like tools. While chaos spreads everywhere, Slappy stays in the shadows, watching and planning. He enjoys control more than destruction. Fear is his favorite game. What makes Slappy so scary is how human he feels. He laughs at the right moments. He knows when to stay silent. He understands weakness. He speaks directly to fear inside the mind. You never know if he is watching you, but you always feel like he is. His presence turns every scene tense, even when he is not on screen. Slappy also represents something deeper. He is the fear of losing control. A simple object that should be harmless becomes powerful and cruel. This reminds us that danger does not always look dangerous. Sometimes it smiles at you and waits for you to make a mistake. In Goosebumps 3, Slappy is not just back. He is in charge. And as long as he is smiling, the monsters will never truly stop coming. The return of Slappy is only the beginning. Goosebumps 3 brings back the monsters that once lived in our childhood fears, but this time they are no longer holding back. These classic creatures return stronger, darker, and more frightening than ever before. They are not memories anymore. They are real, and they are angry. The haunted mask returns with a deeper sense of terror. Once it touches a face, it does not want to let go. It feeds on fear and slowly takes control of the person wearing it. The mask no longer hides its power. It twists faces, changes voices, and turns fear into rage. Watching it take over feels painful and hopeless. Like losing yourself piece by piece, the werewolf of Fever Swamp is no longer just a beast hiding in the dark. It moves faster, hits harder, and hunts with purpose. Its eyes glow with hunger as it runs through forests and empty streets. You hear it before you see it. Heavy breathing. Cracking bones. Once it locks onto its target, there is no escape. The abominable snowman returns colder and crueler. It does not roar, it stalks silently. Ice follows its steps. Every place it touches becomes frozen and lifeless. It does not need to rush, it waits until fear slows its victims down. When it strikes, it is fast and brutal. Even the lawn gnomes are no longer a joke. Small, silent, and watching, they move when no one looks. One gnome is not scary, but a group of them is deadly. They surround, trap, and attack without warning. Their smiles never change. Even as chaos spreads, these monsters remind us why Goosebumps works so well. Fear does not always come from size or strength. It comes from surprise, loss of control, and the feeling that something is watching you. In Goosebumps 3, these old nightmares return with new power, proving that fear only grows stronger with time.